How is everybody doing? I see there's some people here already. That's awesome. I'm reading some comments here. See you, Mac's online. Hey, see you, Mac.
What's up, Star? What's up, Star?
So this is kind of a new thing we're doing. This Monday kind of jazz series here. I want to thank Moses Barrett, first of all, for reaching out to me. He's from a band called the June Bugs and started a company called Left Door Streaming that's making this happen. And then also, second to him then, Aaron Barnes at the 1905. We're using his space. This is really the only jazz club in Portland. And so at least now it has some more jazz in it, even though there's no audience. And I can't see anybody. It's a little strange. Let me introduce the guys in this fantastic band. On bass, hailing from Appleton, Wisconsin, Bill Athens on the bass. Bill Athens. Woo! And then my longtime partner in crime and music. We've been playing, it's going on 20 years pretty soon. My good friend and amazing musician and drummer, Christopher Brown on the drums. Chris Brown. Yes, Susan Wyatt. There is a tip jar. I think there should be two links that are probably up now. One for Venmo and one for PayPal. So those are going to be the two tip jars on here. So we really appreciate that. If you guys want to tip, it's not a requirement. We're happy to bring you live music, but it's always nice.
There's a raffle.
Yeah. The next thing I was going to mention is the 1905 has kindly donated a $100 gift certificate to anybody. Well, let's put it like this. Anybody who donates at the level of $20 or more gets entered into a raffle to win a $100 gift certificate to the 1905. So just a little incentive for some of you to get something back. The 1905 is open as far as takeout goes. They're not open for dine-in yet, but probably, in the next few months as stuff starts opening up. Kyle Owen. Hi, Kyle. Thank you. Great. That first tune was a tune by Harry Warren called Summer Night. We're going to continue with a tune by a great piano player who made his name coming up playing with Michael Brecker, playing with Branford Marsalis. His name's Joey Calderazzo. This is a tune called The Oracle. One, two, three, two, three. Thank you. That was Joey Calderazzo's The Oracle.
Yeah, man.
It's getting hot in here with these face masks.
Take my glasses off.
I know. I think I might have to take the glasses off as they're just steaming up on every tune.
Oh,
The microphone.
okay.
Watching from Huntington Beach. Cool. So hope everybody's doing okay. Are there a lot of people out there
My
from
glasses off for this one.
different
Not reading
parts of
music
the
anyway,
country?
so getting all
Maybe not just
steamy,
Portland?
hot and steamy over here.
Ben
That's
Jones
what's kind of
watching.
what's kind of cool about doing it this way is that anybody can see it.
Yeah, it's very cool. Let's see if my blind ass can actually read these comments now.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben Jones. Hey, Ben. Ben Green.
Oh, Benny, what's up, man?
Rivka. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Demetrius. Thanks. Ben Wolf.
Don't critique me too hard, Benny. Ben Wolf.
Oh, yeah. If you're watching this, I hope you're enjoying it. Please share it. Share the link on Facebook is probably the best place to share, or just text people to tune in. There's a Facebook stream going out from my Facebook page. Also, is it going out from Chris's as well? Did we get from Chris? From everybody. From Chris's and from Bill's and from the 1905. And then a YouTube stream going out from Left Door Streaming. If you want that link, I'm sure that will be posted here shortly if it's not posted already. Oh, that was Bryant from Muse. Hey, Bryant, how's it going?
Oh, that's nice.
I know we have some people tuning in from LA. Where are they?
Hey, Mark Griffith.
My
Hey,
dad just
Mark
left me
Griffith.
A sweet
Hey, Mark.
marshmallow.
Tim Cook, that's a lot of notes. Yes, I'm getting paid per note. I had to play all of them on one tune.
Where's my dad at?
Dominic, UK, awesome. Where in the UK? My brother-in-law is from the UK. He's from Manchester. Ben Jones from Gresham. I guess. Well, okay. Cool. Thank you, everybody, for being here. This is awesome. I'm having a really fun time. I think I can speak for Chris and Bill that we're having a great time.
Pretty much just yourself, Greg.
It's just myself? Okay, so I don't speak for everybody, apparently. But I speak for myself. From Coeur d'Alene. Cool.
Wow, cool.
Thanks, Tanner. All right, I think we're going to slow it down a little bit. Another link we could put up is to ninjazzrecords.com. I put out a record in 2013, which features Todd Strait, who's back in Kansas City, Rob Davis, and Dave Capteen, who are both Portlanders, and it's put out by, hey, there's Rob right there.
Yeah.
I was just talking about Rob.
Hey, Rob.
So Rob's on that record, and he sounds great. It's called Rainy City, and Ninjazz Records is a small independent record label that put it out, which is led by two amazing saxophone players named Tim Wilcox and Ricky Swim. So if you're interested in some of my music, that's one way to get it. That's the best way to get it, is through their website. That's ninjazzrecords.com. So we're going to play a tune from that record. This is a tune of mine called The Road Home. Thank you. I'm having to log back into my computer after every single tune. Thank you. That was a tune of mine called "The Road Home." Yeah, like I said before, that tune. If you want to get that record of mine called "Rainy City," Ninjazz is a great place to get it, but it is all over at all the normal places online that you can get that you can purchase music. Hey, Reinhardt's online. Hey, Reinhardt.
Hey, Sherry.
Hey, Reinhardt.
Is Stefan asking if this is live or pre-recorded? Is that what he's asking?
Oh, I don't see that yet. Maybe do I need to refresh my chat?
Or maybe it's just, I don't know. It just happened.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. It's at the very bottom.
No, we are live right now. It is 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yo, Mark Griffiths is online. My man.
From Florida.
Oh, he's in Florida now?
Yeah, he moved to Florida.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Damn.
My chat just went down, Moses. Is there a way? I just refreshed and now it won't come back. So I want to see what people are saying.
You keep talking, I'll work on that.
Okay. When I refreshed.
It removes all of that.
Oh, okay.
So you want to start fresh.
Okay. I won't refresh then. So it's working. I just can't see previous posts now. All right. Again, shout out to Moses Barrett with the band The June Bugs and also Left Door Streaming for putting this all together. They do music like this how many days a week?
As many days as we got banned.
As many days as they've got bands. So they do it with their band every week on a regular basis. And it's not just jazz. I mean, they're not jazz, but they're not just producing jazz streaming. So definitely check back during the week with Left Door Streaming for more live music events, as live as we can get them at this point. So.
Yeah, these guys are great. This is a very plug-and-play situation right here, so look into them.
And then thanks to 1905, because having this space to do it with a nice piano and just the environment in here is just great. It's better than doing it in my garage, trust me.
Or your driveway.
Or my driveway.
It's like a black diamond driveway.
All right, so the next tune we're going to play, this is another tune of mine. It's not recorded yet. It's called Connections for a couple different reasons. Up until recently, I've been touring pretty steadily throughout each year, breaks here and there. This is kind of the longest break I think I've had in a long time. So Connections kind of refers to making those kind of travel connections when you're on the road, but also making connections with other people while you are traveling or even in town. Connections musically, connections personally, and how important that stuff can be. So this is a tune called Connections. Hope you enjoy it. One, two, one, two, one. 100 people. Awesome. Ryan Marr, Black Diamond Driveway. Yes, that is what my driveway is like. It's short, but it's very, very steep. Shannon P. Hi, how are you? I was just told we have 100 people online watching. That's awesome. That's more people, I think, than could fit in here on one of our typical Wednesday nights. So that's great. Thank you guys so much for showing up online. If you're liking what you're hearing, please just share the link around, because that's the best way to get the word out for this kind of stuff.
Hey, Charles.
This certainly seems like the new way that we're getting the ability to play music. So the more people that can tune in online, whether or not it's the YouTube link or Facebook, it seems like the best way. Plus the raffle. Let's repeat that for new people. So one of the things that Left Door Streaming is set up for all their concerts, and for this one as well, if you donate $20 or more toward the band through either the Venmo tip bucket there or the PayPal one, if you donate $20 or more, your name gets entered into a raffle to win a $100 gift certificate. Tonight, it's to the 1905. So that's just kind of an incentive for people tonight. You don't have to donate, and you don't have to donate that much, but if you do, you will be entered into that raffle. So that's kind of a cool little perk there. Great. I don't see many more comments. Let's just keep the music going, I guess. Yeah. I'm getting very sweaty behind this mask. Up. Hi, Chloe. Chloe Cooper is watching. Chloe is my little niece. She is almost 2. And every time, well, before we were on quarantine, every time they'd come over, the first thing she'd do in the door is run to the drum set in my studio and play drums. And then right after that, run to the piano and play a little bit of piano. And then that was it for the night. And that was the routine. Yes. Thank you. So who knows? She might grow up to be a rhythm section player. I don't have a trombone in the house, kind of on purpose for that reason, but no, I'm joking.
Who needs one?
I'm smiling behind this mask. Somebody's saying hi to Chloe. That must be a friend of ours,
Yeah,
too.
that was me.
Oh, that was you. Chris said hi, Chloe. All right. Let's see. What do we got next? Oh, yeah. This is an old tune by Bobby Troop. Kind of, I think this is from the Billie Holiday songbook, if that, takes you back. But it's a great tune. It's called The Meaning of the Blues. So we're going to play The Meaning of the Blues. Thank you. Hi, Ashley, and hi, Elsie. And Chloe's laughing at us. That's okay. She's only 2. So yeah, that was a tune by Bobby Troop called "The Meaning of the Blues." I really like that tune. Let's see who else is on here. Looks like a lot of people are watching off YouTube, not Facebook. Interesting. So we do have.
What's up, Eric?
We do have a couple tip jar links on there, one for Venmo, one for PayPal, if you feel like that's a way you want to donate. Or if you just want to listen to music, that's okay too. All righty. Let's play, we're going to play an old standard. It's a little bit past due since it's June. It's called I Remember April.
I don't really remember April.
Bill doesn't remember April.
Yeah, nobody remembers April. Pretty much a wash that month.
Thank you. I can't tell you how weird it is to finish that tune and hear nothing in the room. Maybe that's
Rip,
what
that
we
was
should
funny.
be hearing most of the time, but it's not what I'm used to hearing most of the time. So to hear nothing is very strange, but I can see that people are online and listening, so thanks for commenting. It lets us know that somebody's out there, since we cannot see or hear you. Daniel, it's not even covering your nose. Pointless. Good music anyway. Well, I can't do much when it just slides down, I guess, you know? Daniel does says, but take off the masks. I think we're not allowed to, possibly. I would love to take it off because I'm sweating, but
Take it off, Greg.
take it off. But I think it's for the best if we don't. But I feel you on that one big time. Big time.
Hey, Max.
Hey, Chris. Chris Char just sends a text. Sounds killing. Thanks, Chris. Not this different Chris. Sorry. Dominic, thank you. Star, stay safe. Yeah, probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. Great. So that was a tune called I'll Remember April. I almost said It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But it's I'll Remember April. We're going to slow things down and play a tune of our drummer, Chris Brown's. This is a nice ballad that he wrote. Do you want to kind of set this one up, Chris?
Yeah, I guess this one has to do with the idea of taking time to think. I can't remember exactly what was happening at the time when I wrote this. When I wrote this, about a year and a half ago, maybe?
That sounds about right.
Not that. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I wrote this song after reading a book by John C. Maxwell. He's a great leadership author. And I think the book was called Thinking for a Change. And so the idea of like taking time to think, sometimes we get so caught up in our routine that we sometimes forget to question whether or not our map for success will actually lead us to the promised land. It's like a lot of times people are interested in climbing the ladder of success, but the ladder is only relevant to the wall that you're trying to climb. So if you don't figure out the damn wall first, then the ladder is irrelevant. And so the idea of this is taking time to think, to go, you know what, let me like figure out what I want in life and then reverse engineer. So that's that.
Great. So we're going to play Chris's tune, Taking Time to Think. Give it up for Chris Brown, Taking Time to Think. A beautiful tune. And we're going to play another tune of Chris's right now. Let's see who's on first. How many people do we have on now? Does it say?
Look at that Tim Wilcox's comment. My man said, since you're wearing an extra piece of clothing, it's cool to take off your pants.
I guess. Yep. It's all a green screen from the waist down.
Yeah, right.
We got about 95 online.
95. Yes, I will, Tim. I'll order a pizza from the 1904. No, we are at the 1905 in Portland, which has graciously allowed us to use this space, which is really cool because they have a nice piano, the space to do it, and they're the place in Portland for live music, live jazz.
And
So,
great pizza.
and they have great pizza.
I got killing pizza, actually.
Yeah, there's a wrap.
Yes. There is a raffle, and the 1905 is part of that. The 1905 has donated a $100 gift certificate, and anybody who's watching right now, listening, if you donate to those, there's two little virtual tip buckets, one that's Venmo and one that's PayPal. If you donate $20 or more above that threshold, then you get entered automatically into this raffle for the $100 gift certificate to the 1905. So you can come down here and have $100 worth of pizza, drinks, anything you want. So that's pretty cool. So don't forget about that. There's those links on here. And if you're watching and you're enjoying, just share the link for the live stream as well on your Facebook page, or what are the other ways you could share it? Instagram?
Yeah,
Text?
Text it to your friends? Yeah, I texted it to my parents.
I faxed it to my parents.
Pigeon carried it.
A mimeograph,
All right. Smoke screen.
Morse code. Any way you want to link to it would be great. But I think we have about 95 people on right now from all over, which is really cool. So thank you guys for being here. This is great. This is the first time we've done it in this way, but it's going to continue with different jazz groups. We're thinking probably every Monday for the foreseeable future at the 1905. So next week might be a completely different group, but it will be good, I assure you. So definitely tune in again to Left Door Streaming for all that stuff. Yes, and we can also support the 1905 directly through their GoFundMe. That's important. 1905 is a very small place and the only place that's supporting full-time, like 7 days a week live jazz, and they really need to stay open. So any kind of help in that way toward the 1905 is really great and necessary. Portland needs to have at least one jazz club. We need more, but we don't need zero. Great. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Do you want to set this one up too, Chris? This is another tune of Chris's.
Which one? Throwback?
Throwback.
Oh, yeah. So this next song entitled Throwback is something I wrote when I was on tour in Eastern Europe about maybe like, I don't know, actually it was literally 10 years ago now I think about it. Literally this time, 10 years ago, I was in Eastern Europe, out there for about a month, and we had a couple days off, so I stayed with the piano player and her and her boyfriend's really nice loft in Vienna. And so it's the top floor of like some 100-plus-year-old apartment building, and she literally had pianos in every single room, which was pretty killing. And so I remember thinking to myself, there's a bunch of old stuff all over the place, and it'll be criminal if I leave here without writing something. So I wrote this song as like a nod to my musical foundation, right? So what I mean by that is the way I hear music or think about music was inspired by all the people that came out with records in the early 90s, like late 80s, early 90s, that generation of musicians like the Roy Hargroves, the Joshua Redmans, folks like that. And so, yeah, this song kind of reminds me of all that music that I remember listening to on the back of the bus when I would head to Wilson High School when I was a kid for early morning jazz band, which is ironic, right? Because it's like, this is the nighttime music, but in school they never knew like where exactly to put it in the day. So they would just put it
the
at
earlier the better.
at that zero period. So I remember I'd go out and hang out all night long at like Ron Steen's jam sessions as a teenager, and then like had to get the sleep out of my eyes to make my way to jazz band in the morning. So anyway, this music is the tip of the hat to all those guys like Wynton Marsalis, Branford Marsalis, Kenny Garrett, Kenny Kirk, and all those folks. And so this is the feeling I tried to capture. So hence Throwback.
Yeah, so that was Chris Brown's Throwback. Great tune. You said you wrote that in Vienna?
Yep, Vienna.
I've been to Vienna before.
I'm sure you have.
Vienna's very cool. I wonder if there's anybody from Vienna watching. Let's see. All right, I don't see any new comments, but it's good to know that everybody's listening. We're down at the 1905 for Monday Jazz Night, which is going to continue for a little bit with different groups as the weeks go on. So definitely stay in touch with the 1905's site and their Facebook, also Left Door Streaming, their Facebook pages and YouTube pages and websites. And you can hear live jazz, even though we're kind of stuck at home. So that's pretty cool. There's also a raffle, which I mentioned at the last break, $100 gift certificate to the 1905 if you donate $20 or more to the band, and then your name gets entered automatically into that raffle. I think we're just going to continue with some more music here. We'll go back to a tune of mine. Chris wrote his tune in Austria. I wrote this tune when I was in Berlin. I think this was my first trip to Berlin, and I, just had in my mind that it was kind of gray and gloomy all the time, probably more because of the history than the latitude. But it was very sunny that day, and I really enjoyed being there. So this tune is called Sunny in Berlin. Thank you very much. That was a tune of mine called Sunny in Berlin. That's also not been recorded, even though it's kind of an old song. So thanks for sticking around. Eric, even though you couldn't hear me, I was clapping for you guys out loud. Thank you. That's awesome. Thanks very much. Great. So we're going to just continue. I'm not going to talk that much right now. Let's go into a beautiful tune by a songwriting team called Lerner and Lowe. This is from a musical called My Fair Lady. This is called I've Grown Accustomed to Her Face.
Tolerated her face.
Tolerated her face for 3 months.
That's it. Luscious.
Thank you. We actually had a huge round of applause in the room here for that one, which was very strange. You can?
What up, Holly?
No, thanks.
Oh, no, I'm cool. Thanks.
Yeah, it's getting sweaty in here. Let's see if this chat refreshes. Well, thank you, anybody who's sticking around. We've got a few more tunes for you, unless there's nobody here.
You got about 89 people on.
Oh, still 89 people. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to call that good, a good number. I don't know what the metrics are in any of that, but I'm going to say that's good. Please don't disabuse me of that notion. Matt's crying in the background. That's why he didn't clap, because both of his hands were busy wiping the tears from his eyes. Thank you, Andree Pothier. Excellent. Thank you very much. We're going to slow things down a little bit now. No. No, we're going to do a tune of... We're going to do a tune of Chick Corea's called Humpty Dumpty.
Yep.
Oh, I see a name here from Tim. He says, I might mention that the PayPal link has to be Greg Goebel 1 because the link on the YouTube main page forgot the 1. And he almost donated to a fellow jogger. Maybe we can check that out and just make sure that the 1 is on the link. Yes, my PayPal link is Greg Goebel 1. Funny story. I went years ago when I went to buy the domain name for greggoebel.com. It was already taken. And it turns out that a man in Florida already had it. His name's Greg Goebel. And he, I can't remember what he does for a living, but he also does marathon running. And so he connected with me on Facebook just because we had the same name. We literally have nothing else in common. And he came to Portland to run the Portland Marathon and came with his wife and daughter to a gig I was playing.
Wow.
And he was very nice. Maybe he's tuning in now. I don't see his name. But
cool.
Anyway,
Wow.
that might be his PayPal link. I would like that money more than him. So if we can make sure that the 1 is on there, that'd be awesome. Thanks, Tim, for the heads up on that.
It's right on the video, but the chat or the box is missing.
No problem. Ah, yes, Tim. Thank you very much. Close. Not quite.
69 years.
All right, so we're going to continue with a tune by Chick Corea called Humpty Dumpty. One, two, oh, 2, 3, 4. it's such a great tune.
I'll go to the bathroom real quick.
Such a great tune. Oh, I see Neil Corbett on there. Hello, Neil. Oh, that's Simon. Okay. Hi, Simon. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in, even though it's a weird way to tune in, but it's happening. So, yeah. So this is the first of an installment of hopefully many Monday nights like this until we can return to some sense of playing for people. Probably not normal for a while, but something. We're down here at the 1905, and you're listening to Bill Athens on the bass. Bill Athens. This was started when Moses Barrett. Actually, I met Moses. We met at the NAMM show earlier this year for the first time. We had some mutual acquaintances because Portland's a small town. And we met at the Bass Bash. I was playing there with Damian Erskine and Charlie Doggett, and we talked a little bit. And then not that long ago, he contacted me about doing a Monday jazz series with his company called Left Door Streaming. And they set up cameras and audio, so it's all high quality and streaming to multiple platforms at once. So right now we're streaming to Facebook and YouTube. And it's better than just sticking your iPhone up and streaming, which works, but this is high quality and we're streaming to multiple places and we can see everybody's comments. So thanks for commenting. It's nice to know that somebody's out there listening because we can't see anybody. So thanks to Moses for setting that up. Also thanks to Aaron Barnes at the 1905 for collaborating with us by doing this at the 1905, where we have a nice piano and a stage set up. And this is, if you're not familiar with the 1905, it's for the last over 3 years, it was the only jazz club, the only bona fide jazz club in Portland. Live jazz, 7 nights a week, sometimes 8 times a week. So the 1905 has a GoFundMe page. Because as a small restaurant with live music, it's obviously hard when you're starting, and then with the pandemic, it's hard for everybody, even if you're not starting. So if you can go to that GoFundMe page, if you feel like you want to contribute to the 1905 to help them get through this time and then be open again in the future when we can be back in here together and playing, that would be fantastic. I know Aaron would appreciate that very much. There's also virtual tip jars for the band, Venmo, and PayPal. And we appreciate that very much. If you donate $20 or more, you're automatically entered into a raffle for a $100 gift certificate to the 1905. So if you win that, you can actually still come down here and get food. It's just for takeout at the moment until they open up in some sense. So that's a little bit of incentive for that. But if you're just here to listen, that's perfectly fine too. I introduced Bill on the bass. Give it up for Christopher Brown on the drums. Chris Brown.
2 times.
Woo! Okay, so that was Humpty Dumpty by Chick Corea. We're going to continue with let's see. I'm kind of going off book here now for a little bit. We're going to do a tune by the great John Coltrane, a blues he wrote called Equinox, and this is my little reharmonized version of Equinox. Thanks very much. That was John Coltrane's Equinox. Thanks everybody for staying online. Star, Allison, Erica, thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for my man Greg?
Questions. Do you know where you are? Do you know the difference between the black keys and the white keys? So, we've got a couple more. We're down here at the 1905, the first Monday installment of this jazz series. Let's play a couple more tunes and then we'll talk. We're going to play another arrangement of mine of a famous Sam Rivers tune. This is called Beatrice. Yeah, give it up for Chris Brown on that. Chris Brown on the drums. Bill Athens on the bass. My name's Greg Goebel. Thank you guys very much for sticking around. Let's see.
Still got about 75 people online.
Oh, wow, that's great.
That's good.
That's great. We thank you guys very much for tuning in and sticking
Daryl
around.
Grant.
Hopefully we'll be doing this more often and with
The
more people
Daryl
from
Grant.
around the area. If you're just tuning in, there's a couple tip jars for the band, Venmo and PayPal. If you donate $20 or more, you're automatically entered into a raffle to win a $100 gift certificate to right here at the 1905. And you can use that right now for takeout, not for dine-in, obviously. but that is a nice little benefit. So we thank Aaron Barnes at the 1905 for letting us use this space and for donating that gift certificate. Also thanks to Moses Barrett and his crew here. Yes, with Left Door Streaming. They're the ones who initially had this idea to begin with. So we would not be here if it wasn't for them. So thank you. Did I not announce Bill Athens on bass, Star?
Oh,
If I didn't, I'm sorry. I tried to. I didn't say you were hailed from Atherton, Wisconsin,
From
though, right?
Athens, Greece.
Christopher Brown on drums, yes. Pretty sure I said that. So yeah, you can go to all of our, we all have websites, I think.
I don't.
Bill doesn't, but he has a Facebook page, and I'm sure he posts stuff on there from time to time. Me and Chris both have websites, www.greggoebelmusic.com, and Chris's is www.coutureofmusic.com, COUTURE of music.com. So at both those spots, you can kind of see what's going to be happening. We have links to YouTube videos and stuff like that. So that's a great spot to go. Left Door Streaming also has a website, I'm assuming. Facebook page. Facebook, really, a website's kind of, nobody cares about a website anymore. So Facebook page. So go to them and see what they're up to. They do a lot of streaming stuff, not just jazz, but a lot of different kinds of genres in Portland. So check them out. And then definitely check back here on Mondays for more streaming jazz concerts. I just saw the comment. No big deal, Star. I tried to remember. There's only 2 other people in the band. I try my best to remember who they are. Did I forget any nuts and bolts kind of stuff? I don't think so. That's about it. Just trying to kind of keep that going in between tunes because people kind of tune in and out. Good. Well, we've still got people online, so let's play some more tunes. We're going to play a tune by the late, great Kenny Kirkland, who was an amazing piano player, kind of made his mark starting off playing with the Marsalises, Michael Brecker, Kenny Garrett, just to name a few. He's no longer alive, unfortunately, but he's a great piano player and a great writer. And we'd like to play one of his beautiful tunes called Dienda.
It's always sweet.
Yes. Thanks very much. Chris's cymbal was even in the right key for the last chord. It's nice. Dedication to details. Thanks very much, everybody, for sticking around. Takes a minute for me to see whose comments are coming up on here, but
Rivka. Our pleasure, my dear. Rivka Ross.
all right. Let's just continue with another tune, and then we'll get down to some of the details again. Let's do we'll do an old standard called Invitation. How's that sound? You want to set this up, Chris? Thank you very much for sticking around. That was Invitation. Let me introduce the guys in this fantastic trio one more time. Hailing from Athens, Georgia, Bill Athens on the bass. Bill Athens.
You should change it every time.
And back in Portland, Oregon, after many years, my friend and cohort in music, Christopher Brown on the drums. Christopher Brown. Woohoo! My name's Greg Goebel. Thank you guys very much for tuning in to this first Monday night live jazz stream concert from the 1905. One more time, it's headed up by Moses Barrett at Left Door Streaming. And he does a lot of other, him and his team do a lot of other streaming concerts, different genres of music all throughout the week. So be sure to check them out on other nights besides just Monday. There are 2 tip jars, Venmo and PayPal, links to those here. And I'll reiterate the raffle one more time. There's a $100 gift certificate to the 1905 that you will be entered into that raffle if you donate $20 or more to the band. So we appreciate that very much. We hope you guys enjoyed tonight's music. I know I certainly did. It's so great after so many months to play face-to-face with people, even though we've got these little things, which makes it uncomfortable, but there's really no substitute. There's no real way to do this, what we're doing, interacting in real time, which is really what jazz is all about. And there's not really a way to do that online as of yet with distance in between you. So the chance to be able to get back here and do this even for, not for no audience, for a lot of audience, you guys out there. So thanks very much. And I think that's going to be the end for us tonight. We've played a lot of music tonight, and I've sweated a lot.
You want to play Eastern?
You want to play one more?
Yeah, let's do Eastern.
One more song. One more song. Okay. We will play one more song. This is a tune from my record, Rainy City, which is available at ninjazzrecords.com, ninjazz.com, which is a independent record label based partly here in Portland, with 2 great saxophone players heading that up, Tim Wilcox and Ricky Swem. So check that out. And we're going to finish up with a tune of mine off of that record. This is called Eastern Blue Ice. Thanks so much for everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. 1, 2, 1, 2. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Christopher Brown on the drums, Bill Athens on the bass. Give it up for live Left Door streaming, Moses Barrett on setting this all up, and Aaron Barnes at the 1905. We thank everybody for putting this together. Couldn't have happened if it wasn't a team effort.
Yep.
So, once again, there is the $100 raffle if you donate $20 or more. If it's less or nothing, that's okay too, but we appreciate everything you can do to support live music in Portland.
Rivka just asked, how do we find out who won the raffle? We'll say tomorrow.
How do we find out who won the raffle? We will say tomorrow. Will it be you will tag that person on Facebook or?
We'll reach out through email through the payment platform, and then we'll announce it through the 1905.
Great. Okay, so they'll reach out through email of the payment platform, either Venmo or PayPal, and then reach out to you if you are the winner of that raffle. If you have any questions about that, feel free to send an email or a message through Facebook to Left Door Streaming, and they will figure that out for you. One more song. No, we just did one more song, Rivka. Thank you, though. We appreciate it. Great. Once again, from myself, Greg Goebel, Christopher Brown, and Bill Athens, thank you so much for being here, and we'll hope that we'll see you next Monday for more jazz. Signing off.